Men don't wreck their lives. They drift away from them. Quietly, gradually, almost comfortably and unnoticeable. No explosion, no scandal. Just a slow loss of focus, discipline, and direction. And by the time they even notice it, they're not the man they meant to become. They look back on their life and wonder what happened. Or they think, maybe I'm just not good enough. Or they say, it just wasn't meant to be. If that hits close to home, stay with me. And what's really happening is that they're drifting. And maybe this has happened to you. You had a goal or an image in your mind of who you wanted to become. You started doing the things necessary to get where you wanted to go, and then you started to drift. You started heading off course. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that the problem of drift can be corrected, and in most cases, it can be avoided. You see, drift is predictable, and it can be stopped. I know because it's happened to me countless times. And it doesn't mean there is something wrong with you. It simply means that you're just like the rest of us. Now, today I'm going to challenge you a bit. By the end of our conversation, I'll give you 3 ways to stop drifting and 1 question that will expose drift fast, if you're honest enough to answer it. And this isn't motivational fluff. That kind of stuff doesn't last. It's fleeting. This is a course correction. And like I mentioned, I've experienced drift. For me, it usually happens when my routine gets disrupted. You see, I'm a structured guy. Same wake-up time, same work start, same workout window, same rhythms. For me, this kind of routine builds momentum, and momentum carries me towards my goals, spiritually, physically, and professionally. But when that rhythm breaks, either by something out of my control, or most often by something within my control, focus gets harder and discipline slips easier. And if I don't catch it early, I begin to drift. And if I allow the drift to continue without a course correction, I end up at a place I had not planned on being. And pilots have a term for this. It's called spatial disorientation. It's when a pilot slowly drifts off course without even realizing it. Without instruments, without reference points, a pilot can believe he's flying straight while descending towards disaster. And you see, men experience the same thing. Without clear reference points, faith, routine, and brotherhood, you think you're steady when you're not. You think you're on course, but you end up lost. So the real question is, how do you stop this? Let's look at 3 areas of your life that when practiced consistently lead you to staying on course and reaching your destination. They're clarity, structure, and brotherhood. Men don't drift because they're weak. They drift because they're vague. If you don't define the man you're becoming, something else or someone else will define it for you. Write it down. What kind of man do you believe God is calling you to be? What kind of man do I need to become to get where I want to go? What are the habits that support that? What are the distractions pulling me away? Routine protects momentum. When my routine holds, growth holds. When it breaks, drift tries to sneak in. You see, motivation comes and goes. Structure carries you when it does. How you choose to structure it is unique to you. But for me, having a fixed prayer time, a specific work and training schedule, consistent sleep, meaning going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, and limits on distraction help me. And this kind of structure lets me plan my day and keeps me focused on task. You rarely rise above your habits. You almost always fall to them. Now let me add 1 caveat. There is always going to be outside influences that are going to affect your ability to maintain your daily structure. Understand that things happen outside of your control. When they do, accept it and move on. Don't let things you can't control dictate your response. You are in control of how you respond to these outside influences. And if you find yourself pushed off course by outside influences, recognize what's happening and stay the course. If today you drift, tomorrow right the ship and get right back on course. Men drift faster alone. This has always been the case. Proverbs says that iron sharpens iron. And in my experience, that is 100% true. You need men around you who tell you the truth when you're slipping. Not men that'll tell you what you want to hear, men that tell the truth. You need men who will hold you accountable, men who have been where you are and have already experienced what you're experiencing. 2 or 3 solid men is enough. Remember, we have all been there. You as a person are unique, but the problems you face aren't necessarily unique to you. We've all drifted and fallen short. We have all failed. In fact, the most successful people throughout history have failed. It's what we do after we fall down that defines us. Men who have fallen and gotten back up can help you do the same. Here's the hard truth. Most drift is not accidental, it's tolerated. Comfort becomes the default, but strong men use comfort sparingly. Weak men chase it consistently. Now, before we move on, let me quickly explain what I mean by comfort. Comfort means choosing ease over growth when you know better. Being comfortable in and of itself is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. By comfort, I mean avoiding hard conversations, skipping disciplines repeatedly, choosing entertainment over purpose, letting routines slip without correction, spiritual complacency. That's drift fuel, and it needs to be avoided, and it rarely announces itself. It sounds like this: I'll start again tomorrow. I deserve a break, just this once. I'm still doing better than most. Those aren't catastrophic decisions. They're incremental ones, and drift is incremental. When you feel yourself drifting off course, ask this question: am I becoming the man God is calling me to be, or just the man comfort prefers? And if you don't share my faith, ask it this way: am I becoming the man I know I should be, or just the man who chooses comfort over discipline? Ask it daily. Ask it when you feel yourself drifting off course. And here's my final challenge to you. Write your clarity statement. What do you want to become? What habits or routines do I need to establish to get where I want to go? What habits or routines do I need to eliminate to get where I want to go or become who I want to become? Establish just one routine, just one. Let that routine be your jumping off point. And finally, contact one man for accountability. This might be someone you know, or it might be somebody you haven't even met yet. Most men are more than willing, they're even honored to help another man during his journey. Find somebody that you admire, somebody whose values and ethics are in line with yours, and reach out to them. Call, text, or email. Flat out ask them if they will mentor you. If you have chosen the right person, they will say yes. Remember, men rarely crash overnight. They drift over time. Drift stops when direction becomes deliberate. It stops when you embrace discipline and structure. If you are still here, you are well on your way to becoming the man you know you're capable of becoming. The man that one day will mentor another man who's where you are today. My name is Dennis Gill, and this is the Faith Fortitude Project. Thank you very much for watching to the end. And if you got something out of this message, please like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, faith first, fortitude always. Now let's get after it.